Welcome back to Bangers Bricks, everybody. My name is Ben. Today we are going to finish putting our shelves into the Lego City. In order to do so, we're going to have to take off the rest of our modulars on our second tier. And in the end, I want to talk about what the total cost was for this entire project. Make sure you like, subscribe, stay tuned. Let's get started. We have the road and the modulars taken out of the Lego City. Now, I wish that I could say that everything is clean and organized out here, but it is not. So we have everything just kind of thrown into our extra bedroom upstairs. It will be something that, again, we're going to put back in the Lego City once we get everything put back together for our shelves. But let's talk a little bit more about the steps and processes that we're going to go through here. We're going to, again, use the painter's tape just so we can put it where the stud is after using the stud finder. Use that stud finder to find the middle of the stud just so we have a strong hold and just have a good foundation for the shelves to sit on. Now, after marking the center of the stud, we will also be using our small level, which I didn't mention in our last video, to really just make sure that our brackets themselves are level and not necessarily crooked either way. Again, just make sure they're straight up and down. So that is about it. We're going to put the rest of them up and hopefully get to cutting our boards here. Let's get everything done. Yeah.
I keep running over things I once had hoped for. It's looking like I'm broken. All the doors are closing. Still I see a light shining in the night. All that's left unspoken. It'll be alright. White walls with the pads on, cause I've been acting very whack. Quite long since I've been home. I don't wanna carry that. And nightfall with the lights on, cause I am just
super exciting. We do have all the brackets up on our longer wall here. I think everything so far is going pretty well. The one thing I will mention is that over here, the studs were a little bit off, to say the least. One thing when looking over here over our access door, we do have a stud on the left side. I thought we were going to have a stud in the middle. We do not, so we will have to do a little bit of patching. And then did want to adjust. This was a larger stud here. I'm pretty sure it's just a bunch of 2x4s that are put together. And so that's just acting as support for the door here. And what we ended up doing is we had it a little bit closer here with the gap between this bracket and this bracket. I just wanted to make it a little bit more even. I think it was like 25 inches on this side, and it was like 20 inches on this side, so we fit it right in the middle here, just moved it over a couple inches, so everything is much more even. And then once we get over here, studs are a little bit more standard, where it's about 16 inches in between each bracket. So looking pretty good. The next thing that we will be working on is, first and foremost, cutting the wood, just so that it does fit right in the middle of a bracket, so we just have a lot more support, especially for that seam. And then next we will be working on getting some more studs on this wall over here. So excited about that. The one thing is we are going to have to wait. We did purchase some more brackets through Amazon. We did purchase our lighting through Amazon as well as some of the different connectors that we're going to use in the corners. So excited to get all of that here in the mail, hopefully within the next 3-ish days, but definitely trying to get that video out here, this video out here sooner than later, because this has been a big project and I really want to start to get everything back in the Lego room, especially because my parents are coming to visit here around Halloween. So trying to get this done as soon as possible, but again, everything is looking pretty good, minus the absolute mess.
yeah, I call so we might talk, and maybe you can make me laugh. Struck by love in a lightning storm, cover me up with a silent force, killing my...
Big apologies to my neighbors. It's 10 o'clock and we just finished cutting the boards for our shelves. We have almost all of our shelves cut and put on. The one thing I still have to go through is I still have to go through and put the rest of the screws in. Again, those are really just more for support, showing everybody how they're going to look. And then we cut the boards because we had a little extra time tonight. And then we did go through and actually mark out the other studs that we have on our shorter wall, because that will obviously be connected from the left side over here to the right side. I know a couple questions that I've gotten in the past was, isn't that going to create a lot of shadows within the city? And that's primarily why we took down the shelving previously, the wire shelving that we previously had. And Yes, it will, but we have actually ordered some tape lighting, and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about here. But this tape lighting is really going to help with creating more light that will shine down on top of our second tier. We'll eliminate a lot of that shadowing from our shelves, and it's just overall going to make the city look much brighter. So super excited about that. One thing I wanted to address was a question that was previously asked in one of our giveaway videos as to how we clean our Lego City and what we use to kind of keep the dust off of some of our Lego sets. Well, the thing that I primarily use, the vacuum I primarily use, it's considered a Eufy vacuum. I think that's the brand, Eufy. Please let me know in the comment section if that's wrong, but definitely something that is going to be able to get the dust off of your Lego, is also going to be able to clean the sawdust or, you know, whatever, some of the drywall that has fallen down on the second tier. By no means am I sponsored by Eufy, but definitely a vacuum that overall works pretty good. It also works decently with dog hair. When you have a black dog and a lot of white in your house, it's definitely something that you continuously need to vacuum. So something that we're going to continue to use within the Lego City. And again, just want to kind of let everybody know. The construction of the shelves is coming to an end, but of course that is not without a few casualties. The first one being the ring light. Of course, we were messing around with the ring light, recording some videos, took a tumble, and now we are missing a foot. And it is my wife's, so I will have to tell her and probably have to buy her a new one. But that is on the docket for future Ben. The second one, you guys will never guess which one fell over, broke into a few pieces, the Disney Castle. We are completely cursed with the Disney Castle. I love it, but I think it's going to end up going on a shelf sooner rather than later, primarily because this is the fourth time we have broken the Disney Castle, whether it's completely broken, only partial pieces. I'm kind of getting sick of it, but I don't want that to overshadow really just how great the shelves look after getting our last shelf up here over on the right side in the corner. We have all of the shelves up, all of the brackets are screwed in, and they're all fastened down to the brackets. So we have a lot more room within the Lego City to display more sets, and of course that means spending more money. Hey, who hates spending money? I mean, come on. All right, so before we move on to finishing cleaning up the Lego City and getting the sets back in, I did want to give a shout out to Hansel Ben, the guy that I bought the high-speed passenger train from. I'll put his information up here, but guys, hands down, some of the best service I've ever seen. Bought it off of eBay. The battery box was kind of busted up when I got it. He wasn't aware of it. He actually sent me a brand new one in the mail, and I got it within like 3 days. I was super impressed. So if you guys are looking for any sort of Lego purchases, make sure that you check him out, as I know he mentioned that he's going to have a bunch more for sale coming up here. So definitely check him out.
Dance in the rain, you and I sway. That was quite a day. Wash it all away. Dance in the rain, give me all your pain. I won't go away. No. Dance in the rain, you and I sway. That was quite a day. Wash it all away.
Here's the new look of the Lego City. We have all the shelving in, everything is complete, modular sets are back in. I really think that the shelving is going to give us a great way to display sets, but it's also going to give us some room to do some sort of like city in the sky. I've always looked at some of the Ninjago sets and really liked those sets, but really didn't have a ton of room to put them in the Lego City. I really think that that's a potential idea that we could do, especially if it's just like in one corner, have some leaf elements kind of trickling down so it looks like it's just this magical city in the sky. I'm excited about all the different and endless possibilities that we can do up here. I say endless, I guess it is endless because we really only have limited space still, but definitely so many different ideas that we can do. In a couple of our next videos, we will be looking at putting in our shadow boxes on this wall here, and that's really where we're going to start to display some of our minifigures. And then also on this wall over here, we're going to be taking a look and really putting some more shelving up here so that we can display some of our brick heads on this wall. So a lot of different ideas that I have for the Lego City. Really, we just have to execute now, take the time to do it, and pump out some extra videos. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about cost, because I know I had one question as to which boards I was using, and I know I kind of mentioned it a little bit in our first video, but I want to talk a little bit more about how much everything cost. I had a lot of fun building the shelves in the Lego room and want to talk a little bit more about the price point and how much money went into this project. Our Lego room, just in comparison, if you're looking to do this yourself, we have a 6-foot by 10-foot Lego room. And starting off, the first thing that we purchased was the white laminated wood shelves, right? Those were 12 inches by 72 inches in length. We purchased 4 of those at $17.98 a piece. And that comes out to $72 total pre-tax. And so we'll go all of these products just off of pre-tax, just so you kind of have a general idea. The next thing that we purchased was through Amazon. It was the white brackets that we use, the 10 by 8 inch metal shelf supports. Those, we purchased 2 of those packages, and we actually purchased those at $23.99. I believe we got them on some sort of sale. The second bunch that we purchased was actually the Amazon Prime deals that was like the 10th and the 11th of this month. So anyway, we were able to get some deals on those. The next thing that we purchased was a pretty recent purchase, and that was the strip lighting that we will end up using here within the Lego City to really get rid of some of those shadows. We purchased that at 16.4 feet, $18 total for these. And then the last thing was the strip connectors. Now, we'll talk more about this in our next video, but really if you're looking to make those right edges, right, if you're looking to make those 90-degree turns, you need to purchase some of these different connectors. So these connectors were about $7 in total. When you add all that up, it's right around $145. So again, a big project for us. Really enjoyed seeing some of the different materials and using some of the different tools that we have at home. Some of the different tools we use, again, I mentioned some of them. We used a 4-foot level, a 1-foot level. We used our tape measure, our table saw, drill, and then really just a pen and marker to mark up some of the different painter's tape that we used as well. Again, in total, this project cost us about $145. I think that is going to be well worth it as we move forward here in having much more room to display sets as well as potentially creating magical cities in the sky. Now, I also think it's going to be worth it as we start looking at putting our string or our tape lighting underneath our shelves, as that is going to create so much more lighting onto our second tier and is really going to fix some of the issues that we have with not getting enough natural sunlight into the Lego room as we are sitting in a closet. So a lot of cool stuff to come. I'm super excited for our next video and getting some of that tape lighting up, and especially taking a look at some of the greenery area pieces that we need to adjust, and then also starting to build the haunted house. I am so excited for Halloween, and I can't wait to start on some of these next couple projects. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you like, subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see everybody soon. See you later.